ClareyBoyz.
Good evening. We are back. Clary Talk, Season 2, Episode 6. I'm here again with the homies, C. Fergs.
What it do?
Ricky Ray.
Ricky Ray.
And this is our final episode of Season 2. Sadly, we will be coming back later with Season 3 with more guests, better things, more games, prizes maybe. No, I'm just kidding.
New content?
New content, definitely new content, more dance videos, all that good stuff. For right now, I want to get into the main topics, and the first one that I always start with, the first segment of the day is always the good news, and today is no different. Today I found an article about Chad Kelly, who lost his life when the September 11th, the Twin Towers. He was an engineer. He was planning on trying to become an astronaut. He had been trying for a while, and it just did not accomplish his mission, and he lost his life that day. And actually one of his friends, Chris Cassidy, he was a former Navy SEAL commander. Chris Cassidy was a former Navy SEAL commander. He actually became an astronaut. So, former Navy SEAL platoon commander Chris Cassidy actually made his dream a reality when later on he took his ashes and pictures and family photos up into space for Chad Kelly. So that's like some real stuff right there. Like, I mean,
true friend too, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Somebody looking out.
Right, like he didn't have to do any of that, you know. I think that's amazing. Like, Cam, what do you think about Mr. Cassidy doing that?
Well, I mean, I think it's awesome that somebody else cared about his, his final wishes, or one of his dreams, and even though he couldn't do it himself anymore, because he's not with him, he passed away.
Right.
Somebody else was able to get him there and make it an actual thing. And for real, it does. It's got to mean something. I think it's awesome.
Right. What do you think?
That's just pretty cool. As I say, I guess avenging his friend's death or whatever.
Right.
And such like a mission like that, like even able to accomplish that.
Right.
That's pretty cool.
Like something he always wanted.
It was Chad's dream to become an astronaut. He lost his life that day of September 11th. He never got to accomplish that. But years later, like I said, Mr. Chris Cassidy, the former Navy SEAL platoon commander, he took his ashes. They've taken family photos. He's taken actually many family items also that his family has given him into space on several trips, on 2 or 3 of his trips that he's been for a couple years. So I mean, I gotta give it to him.
Yeah.
The second part that I would like to talk about today is mostly closure, since this is our final episode.
For season 2.
Season 2.
For season 2.
For season 2. Yes, just for season 2. But we will be back season 3. But reason closure is important. It makes you feel better once you've gotten closure. It's like you feel better about yourself. It's a relieving feeling. Mm-hmm. And I think that everybody should get closure for different things. I'm not just talking about death or a fear or something. I just think everybody needs closure for things, maybe even certain friendships, family relationships, closure is very, very important for all things, not just in the aspect of living and dying or, whatnot. But I think it's important for everybody to gain closure somehow. I've been trying to do it myself. It's something that I've struggled with. Mm-hmm. But, like I said, every day you take it a step at a time until you feel that you are mentally ready and you can feel like your whole self again, because it's something that weighs down on you. But moving on, Cameron, what can you tell me about closure?
I think closure, kind of like you said, it's the best way to get a new start on things. I feel like you can't pass maybe a certain point in something, whether like you said it's relationships or whatever, until you get that closure, till you know what's going on, whether it's you were saying if you lose somebody, or it's a relationship, or it's like us finishing up season 2. It's closure. It doesn't have to be a bad thing.
Right.
You know what I mean? It can be a positive thing, and it's us closing out season 2 and moving into new positive things for season 3.
100%. I like that. I like that a whole lot. All right, Ray, how do you feel about closure?
When it comes to closure, real shit, it's necessary. You know, I think everybody deserves closure, but at the same time, not everybody can give you closure. You know, there's some things where you just gotta have to let it go because it's affecting your mental health. You know, because some people are not gonna give you closure, and they don't care. You know?
Right. They don't care whether you're at peace or not with it.
Exactly. Like the one way one day and the other day they another way. So it's
Fickle,
like
it blow like the wind.
exactly. You gotta set your stones in the path where you need to be at, and like if you don't get closure, keep it moving. Let it go and keep it moving. Life goes on.
Right.
Sure.
Absolutely. I feel that. I've been in several situations where like I've needed to gain closure, and sometimes I haven't. I had a situation like that with a childhood friend that I grew up with, and I still haven't. We still haven't even talked. Like I know where he works. You know what I'm saying? Like I know where he works. Like we don't ever talk. I see his family, you know, and it's copacetic. But
Yeah.
it is what it is. Moving on.
Same here.
Next topic that I want to talk about today is remembrance. Because after you gain that closure, you look back and you think like, damn, like you might even think like there were some parts of that was good, or how could I have acted differently, or that's what I think of like remembrance as. I think it as a good thing, but I also take it as could I have maybe if I had acted different, or could I have done something different, you know, with that time that I had used, like I often think about that, but you know, it's like few and far between, you know, splitting hairs trying to figure out whether you wasted time or not, but you never know. So another reason to kind of tell everybody you love them today, you know, that way you don't have to be in remembrance of those that you care about if they're always in your heart.
True.
Cameron, how do you feel about remembrance?
It's another important thing because, you know, I think that's where you get your learning and your lessons and stuff, like, you know, comparing it to this, like we remember where we started, you know, from, you know, season 1, episode 1, where we were first starting, getting all that stuff figured out, and we moving along. We got to remember the steps that we took to get here. Be with anything, you know, like anything that you're trying to accomplish, you know, remember where you started.
Right. Never forget where you came from.
That's it.
Got that right.
All right, Rick.
Yeah, remembrance. Remember the Titans.
Remember the Titans.
Remember the ClareyBoyz.
Remember the ClareyBoyz.
No, but like I said, when it comes to remembrance, there's always good and bad sides of it, because you can always remember like the good times you had. It makes you smile and shit. Everything that comes back with it, nostalgia, so it gives you a really good feeling. And then of course there's a negative side of remembrance where you just remember all like the bad things that happened in your life.
Yeah, that's why I was glad I asked you on this topic. Y'all gave me two good different viewpoints on this, because you can. It actually like it's like it triggers you. Like when you think back, like say you're a homie of yours or something, and like you just know how they move. Like when they ask you to chill, you get like almost like PTSD because you know something's gonna happen. You know something funny is gonna happen. You just know, like I know this person moves funny, something's about to happen. You know, like
yeah, true.
So yeah, that's like I said. I'm glad you guys are like my two, you know, opposite ways. That's what I'm saying. It brings us all together. Three rivers flow together. See.
You see?
Moving on to our last topic. This one is like the most crucial because this last topic, fresh start, is our season 3, new beginnings, like taking us to a whole new level, newer things, better content. That's what I mean by fresh start. And then you can take that however you want to. You can mean many things by fresh start, but it's good to have one because if you're dwelling on stuff in the past, it's just you're not going to move forward.
Got that right.
You know, everybody needs a fresh start sometimes, whether you know it or not. And sometimes it's thrown upon you, sometimes it's a chosen thing. But everybody needs a fresh start sometimes, and it's good for you. It builds character. Cameron, what can you tell me about fresh starts?
Well, all these topics, they kind of roll into, you know, us kind of finishing up, you know, the last season.
Right.
Fresh start, like that's what's about to happen. You know, we're closing out. We're closing out this one. You know, we're remembering where we were starting and the things that we've accomplished so far, and we're closing this one out, and we're gonna have a fresh start. You know,
right.
The fresh start is a lot of times what a lot of people need. You just need a new something. You know, a new beginning to get you into your next groove, you know what I mean? And that's what we're about to do. We're about to get that season 3 started. Yeah.
That next groove.
Come back hot.
I like that. Coming back hot, coming in hot. Rick, what can you tell me about fresh starts?
I mean, shit. What's the old saying? Out with the old, in with the new, right?
Out with the old, in with the new.
Exactly. You know, everybody needs a fresh start. You know, real shit.
Like that.
And sometimes, you know, you won't always get closure to get that fresh start. So just get that fresh start anyway. You know, when you're doing that fresh start, just remember, you know, what happened in the past, so that fresh start won't like go in vain. You know, real shit. Just
yeah, you gotta
mistakes.
Yeah, you gotta remember, you know,
what got you there.
Yeah, like, you know, the mistakes and the things like that. You can't learn from anything if you did everything right. You know, mistakes is where you
inevitable,
and is where you learn.
There's two types of people. There's people that put you in those situations, and there's people that get you out of those situations.
Got that right.
Those are two different types of people. People that had you fucked up and the ones that had your back when you was fucked up.
This is true.
But I do like that.
Yeah,
you know, out with the old and with the new, fresh starts. This is how we're coming. We are sorry we've been gone for a little while. It's been a rough season 2, but we plan on coming back season 3 strong as a bitch.
Maybe some faces they already seen.
Right.
You know?
Maybe some new faces, maybe some old faces.
Right. Yes, definitely new
Maybe
faces,
some
though.
old ass faces. No, I'm just kidding. No old ass faces. But yes, we are very excited for you guys. I hope you guys are excited. Don't forget to go look at the rest of our content on TikTok and our page. Go like and follow and share, subscribe. Don't be jackasses.
Yeah, show us love on social media.
ClareyBoyz. You know what it is?
You know how we rock.
New shit coming, season 3. Don't think we going anywhere because we here.
Right.
Exactly. We're gonna keep pushing. New dance coming, new podcasts are coming.
Right.
You know, don't believe it.
Let's get it.
Shit. Season 3.
Let's get it. And we are out.
ClareyBoyz.